I'm a 19 years old girl and I have been dating my boyfriend, who is 20, for 7 months. I have a group of about 6 friends from childhood, 4 guys and 2 girls. We have been very close since we were kids, and luckily, we have always been together in our daily lives and outings. In this group, there is a guy, also 19 years old, who is in love with me. I say this because he confessed his feelings to me once when we were 17, and I rejected him. He has never been the lonely type. In fact, he has been involved with some girls. I remember that on the day I rejected him, he became very depressed but eventually recovered. I thought he would get over these feelings for me soon. However, in a private conversation I had with him last year, I asked if he really liked a girl he was seeing, and he said he didn't because the only girl he truly loved was me. I was a bit startled by this statement, but he made it clear that he would never hit on me again or anything like that because he knows I don't like him in the same way. But he needed to say that he thinks he will never get over me. I confess that I find this somewhat strange but sweet. I started dating, and recently I went out with my friends and brought my boyfriend along. It went very well, and everyone got along with him, including my friend who has feelings for me. However, my friend has a unique way of treating me. He compliments me a lot and naturally makes certain gestures, such as buying something for himself and getting the same thing for me. Or when he's going somewhere, he asks me if I want something from there too. If my hair is messy, he fixes it, and if there's lint on my clothes, he removes it. These kinds of gestures. After we left, my boyfriend asked me not to be angry and told me that he thinks my friend has feelings for me. I told him that he indeed has feelings for me and shared what he had confessed. Well, we talked about it, and he wants me to cut off contact with my friend, given that he has feelings for me, and I should break that relationship, at least in the current way, since I'm now in a relationship. I told him I didn't want to do that because, first of all, I don't see him that way, so nothing will ever happen, and he should trust me. Second, he is part of the only group of friends I have, and he is my best friend within that circle. So if I cut things off with him, someone may end up leaving the group because things will become awkward. I don't want to be without my lifelong friends, and I don't want him to be without them either. It was a very calm conversation, but I think that depending on the decision I make, it could complicate my relationship. I don't know what to do. So let me ask you, am I a jerk for not wanting to push a friend away because I know that he likes me and I don't feel the same?
Hello, Sai here. This one hit a bit close to home. I found myself in a similar situation, but in my defense, I was in denial and couldn't convince myself that I was still in love with my ex when we became besties. Let's jump to the comment section. This time, I'll save my opinion for last.
I believe you shouldn't cut off the friendship, but instead stop giving openings and accepting his peculiar way. You should distance yourself from that if you intend to maintain the relationship. As some have mentioned, not in the sense of completely abandoning him, but in terms of creating some distance regarding certain things.
What caught my attention in this post is the fact that the friend says he won't hit on her anymore, but continues to do so blatantly and in front of her boyfriend. Haha, of course, it's not making advances, but things like fixing her hair, buying things for her without asking, giving compliments, that's hitting on someone.
He treats her like a girlfriend, and she allows it because she enjoys receiving this treatment without having any emotional responsibility toward him. She's being quite careless with her friend and her boyfriend by allowing this.
I'm going to quit smoking, but I'll keep a pack stashed away just to remind myself not to smoke, ha ha ha.
The girl doesn't want him as a boyfriend, but she wants him enough to keep the guy orbiting around her and flattering her. The boyfriend hasn't even noticed the openings or her lack of action in cutting off the advances.
I think this is a level of care that only exists when there is love. Many friends do this for their friends. Whether they have romantic feelings or love them like a sibling, it's about love, not seduction, because many boyfriends, girlfriends aren't even like this with their partners.
She's not going to stop giving the guy opportunities because she probably feels special having someone treat her like that.
Then, If she has that level of neediness, of not being able to stop, she'll need a psychologist or therapy.
You're quite harsh with your friend, you know. If you're not interested, cut off this type of behavior from him immediately. By allowing such a high level of intimacy, you're giving him the impression that he has a chance and you're just playing hard to get. He doesn't take these actions because he's your friend, but because he wants to be with you. And the worst part is that you're aware of it. Can you imagine a guy who's not your boyfriend touching you, playing with your hair, buying you things, treating you like a girlfriend? That's outrageous. Not to mention your boyfriend, who is completely right not to accept this situation. You're being disrespectful to him. You don't need to cut your friend out of your life, but you need to set boundaries. No more playing with your hair, picking lint off your clothes, or buying you things. Just tell him no and say you don't find that level of intimacy appropriate with a friend, and that's it. A true friend will understand and respect your wishes. No excuse you give will work here. If you insist on continuing like this and pretending you're oblivious, it's a lack of character on your part, keeping the friend in the friend zone but not wanting to lose the benefits of the nice guy who's in love. Think carefully about this, or you might end up without a boyfriend, and rightfully so.
I think jerk and asshole are strong words to use here. I don't like her attitude of keeping him around, thinking that the way he's treating her is cute. I think he's also in the wrong in this story, knowing that she doesn't feel the same, but still treating her as if they were dating is creepy, next to stalker behavior. If it were a complete stranger doing the same things, everyone would think he's a creep. Just because it's a childhood friend is not an excuse to act like this.
He is part of the only group of friends I have, and he is my best friend within that circle, so if I cut things off with him, someone may end up leaving the group because things will become awkward. I don't want to be without my lifelong friends, and I don't want him to be without them either.
Even though I don't like how she's keeping him around, and it might be boosting her ego, I don't think she has those ill intentions. I don't think she should cut ties with him, but set some boundaries. They both must respect her new relationship, and accepting those gestures as normal is not acceptable. Her boyfriend noticed that the guy is into her. Just imagine how in the face his behavior is. How awkward this is to witness, and how insecure her boyfriend might become in this relationship. If she doesn't set some boundaries with this dude, I'm unsure if I'd consider this situation as not a holes here, or everyone suck here. It seems like he's attempting to transition from a friend to a lover using those sweet gestures. However, without his side of the story, it's not feasible to fully assess his actions. Before concluding this video, I'd like to share something this situation brought to mind. A talk I watched a couple of months ago.
And I feel like you asked me initially if I had any experience with the friends or anything. Yeah, I do, but I feel like I get fuck zoned because I'll have friends who swear down that they're not interested in me romantically, and they'll be supportive and they'll act like a friend for a while, and then they'll come on to me and I'll be like, whoa, no dude, and they'll be like, okay, well, I need a straight answer. Is there going to be something more, or am I wasting my time? And they kind of make it out like that if everything that we've, like a 10-year friendship was just a waste of time if it doesn't result in a relationship now. And that's hideous and upsetting, and I'm like, well, it's not going to result in a relationship. And then because I didn't fuck, I get put in the fuck zone. I'm no longer a friend because, or anything else. Like, I get shifted out of the way in this weird little zone where I was a waste of time. And I thought I had a friend, but it turned out I had someone waiting for me to sleep with them. And they act like a victim and they make it all Shakespearean, like, woe is me, for alas, I have feelings for you, and it hurts me so deeply to see you not be with me and get on with your life, and so I need to know, do you like me, or I must go yonder onto pastures green? And it's like, no dude, this isn't some tragedy where you are victimized if I don't sleep with you. You're literally saying, sleep with me or I dump you as a friend. And that's a horrible thing to do to someone. You're acting like the victim here. You're not. I treated you like everyone else. You watched me treat everyone else the way I treat you and assumed you were special. That's not on me. And that's not me hurting you. And that's not fair. And so, like, I hate the friend zone because it is a horrible description of a very manipulative thing to do. And that is to say that it's a zone you're put in that you can negotiate your way out of. That you can bargain with people and manipulate their feelings by being impressive enough, by giving enough gifts, by buying enough diamonds and fucking chocolates. And that's so insulting to say that you can buy my feelings, that love or attraction is negotiable. And they know it's not, because if a dude they weren't attracted to or someone in an age bracket or a weight bracket that they weren't attracted to was hitting on them and buying them stuff and giving them time and attention and going golfing with them and listening to their problems. All the shit they list to me. I listened to your problems. I spent all this time with you. Are you saying I was wasting my time? Like, if someone did that to them, they know that feelings are not negotiable, that chocolates don't buy love, that that's not how that works. But they tell each other you can get out of the friend zone, you can manipulate and pressure a girl to like you, even if she said no. And that is, the friend zone is this creepy way of playfully saying, you don't have to listen to consent. You can ask her how she feels, and if she says no, and if she says you're a friend and puts you in this zone, you can force her, you can make her change her mind. And it's creepy. I don't spend time with people who use the term friend zone, because if they believe in the friend zone, they're a manipulator, but they don't even know it. And being in the fuck zone over and over again has been painful. Losing friends of years that I didn't know were never friends is horrible, and I'm the bitch in that story.
My script ended here, but now that I'm editing the video, upon revisiting some thoughts and experiences, I have a couple of additional things to say. This is what I feel that guy is doing. His actions indicate that he's attempting to leave the friend zone by using kindness as a way to upgrade his status and date her. However, unlike sweet Anita,
bargain with people and manipulate their feelings by being impressive enough, by giving enough gifts, by buying enough diamonds and fucking chocolates. Chocolates don't buy love.
the Alp finds these actions cute.
He compliments me a lot and naturally makes certain gestures, buying stuff for me, showing that he cares about me, taking care about how I look.
This isn't the first time I've seen this happen. When I was a teenager, there was a guy in church who wanted to date a girl who always rejected him. Suddenly, they were dating. Then, of course, we have the example of my ex-boyfriend, whom I still had feelings for. I told him about my feelings, and he claimed he didn't want any romance, not even one-night stands. In the very next day, he made a move on me, but I respected what he had said earlier and didn't respond. A week later, he confessed his feelings for someone else, saying he did the same move on him, and the guy rose to the occasion with his response. But of course, he didn't tell the guy the same thing he said to me. Why do guys think that when someone says no, it means try harder? No means no. We're just friends means we're just friends. It doesn't mean be kind to me, and I'll give you a chance. It doesn't mean disregard what I've told you. Disrespect my feelings, and keep trying until I give in. Everyone sucks here. That's all from me. Let me know your opinion, and what you think she should do in this situation.